Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. Lisa from Botanique Skin and Spa here, talking to you today about masks and home tools specifically that you can be using while we're on shutdowns, isolation, whatever you want to call it. A lot of you have a really nice home regime that you do anyway, but this is just giving you that little extra oomph at home that you wouldn't perhaps normally be doing, or perhaps it's just, you normally come to us in the salon to have your more intensive treatments. So these are just a few of the things you can incorporate. I'm also going to talk about a couple of home tools that we use here and that we also sell that might be nice for you to add into your some of them are for daily and others you can do on a weekly basis. So I'll start with our masks. I've got a collection here that are at a different price range. They have different levels of potency, they're different sizes, so I'll just briefly touch on each one and then you can get in touch if any of those in particular appeal to you. The products are all Australian made except for our Estamax jelly masks, which are super popular. You might have seen them everywhere online. They are Korean made, so Korean skincare is really the bomb at the moment, and these jelly masks in particular are just unreal. So they're not particularly cheap. They are $49, I believe, for 2 mask sets in here, but that will obviously, this is something you might do once every couple of weeks, so this would be like a month worth of masks here. We've got at the moment a calendula one, which is, of course, calendula is wonderful for soothing, healing, that sort of thing, if you've got any redness or irritation in your skin. And this phytonutrients I really love. It's actually got organic broccoli in it, so it's so different, but it's really yummy, full of antioxidants. So again, just you'll love these regardless of which one you choose. They can go over the eyes and actually over the mouth, so don't be afraid to do that. Obviously leave your nose free so you can breathe. Very, very easy to do yourself, or get your friend or your family member to do for you. And now in the mask, in the kit itself, it will have everything you need to create your jelly mask. I've just done up a little bit here so you can see how it kind of looks. This is actually this one is a Super Greens mix, and I'll put this on my hand, but you can see the sort of consistency. It's really cooling as well. Whenever we use this one in the salon, everyone just loves it. So I'm just going to apply that to the top of my hand, and we'll let that sit while we're talking about the other masks, and then you can see how it just sort of peels off. So all of these Estamax masks contain electrolytes, which are fantastic, as we know, for hydration in the body. It's the same for the skin, and they're alginate as well, and alginate is a product from the sea, and that's what creates that beautiful jelly type of consistency. So I'll leave that to set while we just talk about a couple of other masks. Now from our more budgety range, we have the Immaculate Natural Look refining and hydrating masks. So the refining is a clay-based mask, so really good for if you're getting some congestion, or maybe just a few blackheads, that sort of thing. This one is clay based, of course, and these ones are only $40 for a good sized container. So really lovely to use. They're all natural. They're just not quite as potent as some of our other ranges, but they're again, fantastic product. We sell a lot of these, and good one at $40 is a great one for you to add in. It'll probably last you like 3 months at the rate we're going, if you're doing this once a week. Now the hydrating one is a more creamy texture. It's one, again, you could potentially leave this on overnight if you didn't put it on too thickly. It will absorb a little bit, but it is a yummy hydrating sort of with creatine and some other ingredients. Sorry, it's just slipped my mind exactly what the other ingredients are in this one. We've got quite a few. So the other range that I'll get to now is all cosmeceuticals. This is our premier sort of higher end range for more serious tackling of skin conditions. This is a salicylic clay, pink clay mask. Really potent, really beautiful to use, great for all types of skins, but particularly if it's oily or problematic. It's got an Ayurvedic blend of herbs in it as well. So if you're a fan of Ayurveda, you know, you'll really love, like there's turmeric in it, that sort of thing. So this one is $62. There is also a hydrating mask in the all range, and that's got organic honey and aloe vera in it. So really yummy, nourishing ingredients in that one as well. Very well formulated, Australian made, bespoke boutique range. So I believe the hydrating mask is around $65 from memory. Now the Esme range is our next one, and I've got, just bear with me, we've got a, there it is. Sorry, go off the camera for a minute here. We've got a charcoal mask. So that's a kale and clay and charcoal. So again, a really good refining type of mask if you've got you know, pore issues or that sort of thing, got excess skin hanging out on the surface, you're not getting it off. So you can see these come in a really nice big container of 150. They're really well made. Again, a nice Australian made product. They're a little bit more pricey at $90, but again, you don't need much of these products. They go a long way. So this is the brightening mask, and has some really yummy like kakadu plum and licorice extract and other ingredients for limiting the amount of melanin that's coming up through the skin and creating hyperpigmentation. So if you suffer from that with sun damage like I do, that's my issue, especially here in Queensland. We're always fighting the sun in terms of what it's doing to our skin. So this is a good one for you to add into your arsenal as well. Now that's our masks. I'll come back to my hand. It's starting to set. You can see that. Yummy. And I'll quickly talk about home tools before we finish. So the first one is our ultrasonic skin scrubber. Again, we retail the Awe brand at $65, which is really a super price for this type of piece of equipment. You can find these on eBay and that sort of thing, the cheaper ones, but trust me, I've tried them all and they stop working. They're crap. So if you want a really good, reliable one, this is a great value. It's well designed as well with the tip there, so you can get right into the corners and creases and other areas that you feel you really need to clean. And yeah, they're really nice to use. They're ultrasonic, so they just kind of have a little vibrational effect, and you can keep them in the shower. So fantastic additional item for you to put into your home routine at the moment. And then we've got, of course, also from Awe, the dermal roller. So I'm sure some of you have heard about dermal rolling or skin needling and that sort of thing. So these are a lighter gauge than what we use in the salon. So in the salon, we can go up to quite a deep gauge depending on whether we're attacking scarring or more superficially on the epidermal layer. So these are a 0.30, and they're really easy to use. They don't hurt. You know, you just need to make sure you're keeping it clean. So just make sure you do, you know, follow the cleaning instructions in the package. They are little tiny needles. They create a tiny little microchannel in the skin, which means you can get your products in a little better to the deeper layers, and also stimulate the fibroblast process, which then leads to collagen production. So that's why they're a really good anti-aging tool. They're just a good all-around tool. They're honestly probably one of the best, you know, things you can have at home to be taking care of your skin. Also great for hyperpigmentation and breaking up sunspots and that sort of thing. They're normally $69, I believe. We have on special for $49, and we still have a few of these left. Feel free to jump online to Awe if you need to look at a more detailed description, or our shop on our website as well. And I have a few of these in stock. So the last home tool I'll talk about today before we finish is our jade and rose quartz rollers. These are really yummy to use. They're easy to interchange the heads depending on which you want to be using. You've got a small end for around the eyes and lips and that sort of thing. And then you've got the larger head for the bigger cheek areas and forehead and that sort of thing. I like these because, as I said in one of my other videos, if you've watched, it's the kind of thing you can just sit in front of the telly and just do mindlessly without, you know, it feels nice, and you don't have to feel like you're sitting there massaging your face in some strange way and you don't really know what you're doing. So these do the job for you. The rose quartz is great for cooling. It's a naturally cool stone, and it's a naturally healing stone. So if you're overheated, you've got a lot of inflammation in your skin, you're maybe a little bit acneic, you've got some infection happening from acne, that sort of thing. This rose quartz is particularly good. Just making sure you clean as well. Obviously, clean any tool you use. The jade is more of your warming type of tool, so that's probably more what you'll be using for your anti-aging and skin tightening. You can use them both. For most of us, we need to be using both ends at some point in our skin life. So, they feel nice, and you can actually warm these a little by popping them into, maybe just a little bit of hot water for a minute before you start. Just check the temp. Same with the rose quartz. You could pop that into the fridge if you wanted to cool it down a little bit more. The rollers are $34.95, so really nice, and they're a great gift. They come nicely boxed as well, so they're really nice to have around. I'm just checking my hand to make sure that that's just about ready to peel off, which it is. It's just still a little bit gooey, but I wanted to just show you how that starts to peel, so you can see it just comes off in a nice even piece. I'm not really taking due care here, but it will come off just like that. So that'll be over your whole face. It looks really cool. It feels amazing. So that's about it for our home, additional home bits and pieces on top of your regular cleansers, scrubs, toners, serums, and moisturizers that you really should be using as well. Life doesn't have to be complicated with your skincare, but I think right now it's particularly important to be taking care of yourself. It's it's crazy times, and we are under stress. There's a lot of us who are doing it a bit tougher than others. I'm very fortunate that I have a really peaceful place to be and to exist over the next few weeks. Some of you I know are out on the front lines working through all this, and you'd be stressing your skin through exposure to pollutants and a lot of other things. So really, take care of yourself and take care of your skin, and you'll come out the other end of this looking and feeling okay. All right. So get in touch if you need anything. You can private message me or send me a text. Thanks, everyone. See you soon.